Hey everybody, it is Jill Diamond and I am back to talk about sounds that are slow. What sounds in English can we think about as being slow? Meaning that we could put our mind and our intention on the articulation of those sounds because they're longer. We can massage the sounds. Now, we're going to talk a little bit today about that, right? This idea of the slow movement. Something I've been talking about in January in my blog, my LinkedIn posts, and the most recent YouTube video before this one. But today I want to talk particularly about the types of consonants that can be slow, okay? Now, let's pull up, let me share my screen, come over to the International Phonetic Alphabet. And first, I'll let you know that you can go ahead and find the link to this document in the description of today's video, all right? Because we're going to be talking about stops and continuance. You have all the terms, the definitions here on the second page for each of the columns, right? The voicing, the stops and the continuance and the sibilants. But today, I want to focus our attention on the stops and the continuance. So let's jump down here, all right? And let's start by saying, what is a stop sound? A stop sound is a sound that explodes. The technical term for that is it is a plosive. Here's that word right there, plosive. It explodes. Whereas a continuant, you can guess, continues. We can hold a continuant on one breath. It doesn't explode like a stop sound. So I'm going to guess, and I'm going to hope that you can guess, which sounds, the stop sound, which explodes, it's quick, or the continuing sound, which sound do you think is slow? It's the continuing. I gave it away, didn't I? Right? Because the stop sound is quick. When we say, and we'll come back up here, all right, any of these first six sounds, p, b, t, d, k, g, right? Here's the phonetic symbols. When we say any of those six sounds, they're going to be quick because they are stop sounds, right? However, the continuance, those sounds are going to be long and we can hold those sounds. So for example, if I say zzz, if I say s, so I'm going to use this column to isolate the sound, and I want to think about that sound as being slow, right? So if I say any of these continuants, s, z, sh, I can hold that sound and I can think about it as being slow. I can have more patience. I can feel the articulation a little bit more. So when I say a little and I say the L sound, ooh, little, I can think about that as being a slow sound because it's also a continuant, okay? So the point of today is for you to think a little bit more. Come into this chart. I already told you, right, that the first six sounds are stop sounds, which means they're fast. They're not going to continue. We're not going to massage them and be patient with them and feel them. But the rest of these sounds, they are continuants. And I want you to come here and I want you to get familiar with these sounds. Take some time with these sounds. And after you work on each of the sounds, let's see, what else? We have the and the o. After you really get in there and you work on those sounds, you can explore putting them into sentences and feeling those words that are slow, those sounds, to exaggerate that. And I also want to make sure that you are aware of the slow movement workshop that's coming up on Friday. So I'll put a link to that as well in today's description. So you're going to have a link to the worksheet where I want you to start to think about the slow sounds of English. Also keep in mind that all of those vowels are slow because they are continuing, so we can hold them. All right, so you can work on that, and then you can also use the link in the description of today's video to sign up for the slow movement workshop that's this Friday. That's January 19th. All right, so I hope that you can make it. I hope that you like this idea of working on the sounds that are slow. Okay, and really feel the articulation. I hope this helps, but come to the workshop to ask some more questions, all right? And get more, we're gonna go more deeply into the IPA. We're gonna go more deeply into slow sounds, slow words, talking in slow motion. All right, I hope you liked today's quick video. Remember to like, share, subscribe with notifications, and thank you so much for being my fan here on YouTube, because I am certainly yours. Bye.